But I remember circling around to, this is for real. In the first round, I was circling around to where I thought that the announcers were.
Yeah.
I wonder what Joe Rogan's saying about me.
Wait. You walked over to see if you could hear what they were saying about you?
I tried to circle around to the announcers part of the cage.
All hail the King of the West!
King of the West! King of the West! King of the West! King of the West! King of the West!
All right. Welcome to the show. I have a guest. We don't usually have guests. Bit of a lone wolf these days. But when I was talking to this guy about how he could potentially come here, and I was like, wait a minute. I forget I have a podcast these days. I was like, I have a podcast, and you got a movie. Not that many people listen anymore, but I was like, I don't think I really talked about his movie. It's a good movie, and I don't want to be offensive, but it's a really good movie for a guy that was a guy that beat people up for a living. Keith Jardine is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for having me, Jason.
Good friend of mine, and his movie is amazing. I was like, this is a good movie. Kill Me Again. Yeah, there you go. Where when I show people and they go, wait, he's the director? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, Keith Jardine. I'm like, yeah, man. And like he was into movies. I don't know the whole thing, but I'm like, as far as I know, he got killed in some movies. He's a bad guy, good bad guy. Makes sense. You're a good bad guy. Next thing you know, he's all wrapped up in film. And then it's like, I'm making movies. And I'm like, really? So
I did every fucking thing, man. I directed it. I wrote it. I produced it. I raised the money. I did fucking design the set with my production designer. I did everything.
You did everything.
Yeah.
Is that a thing these days where if you don't do everything, it's not going to happen?
Well, that's why I look at it.
Right.
Fucking A. Every actor has a script in their back pocket. Everybody thinks they can write and all that. That's why I haven't really talked about it much until I have something released, and now I'm actually talking about it because everyone's like got this thing that they're going to do and have this script they've been pushing for 5 years or whatever. And I've been getting that. I got like 4 other movies I'm trying to make, and one somebody wants to do, but who's going to direct it? It's not going to be me. So I got to find something low budget that I can direct. So I put this together in fucking July and August, and I shot it in December that quick.
Wait, you have 4 other movies currently right now ready to go?
Ready to go, scripts, yeah.
So let's go back a little bit before we get into this. So you were originally, like, you're a fighter, obviously. We all know that. And then how did you get into movie? Have you always been a guy that had scripts, or were you like...
No.
Right, so you were a stunt guy. Am I wrong? You tell me. You're a stunt guy with Tate, right? Or no?
Yeah, I did a lot of stunts, man. Man,
What is the first thing you did in film?
acting, but it was more of a stunt role. I thought it was acting. It was a show called Gamer, and they wrote a part in for me. It was right after I beat Chuck. Like the next week, I ran to the directors, and they, hey, you want to be in my movie? Absolutely. I've always wanted to do that.
Had you actually always wanted to do that?
Absolutely, yeah.
So when you got into fighting, were you like, well, I'm better at that, but I would like to be an actor?
Yeah, I didn't know what it meant though, but movie was always my escapism. Being a poor kid and all that. You see a movie and the world gets much bigger. But on the reality show, when I first did Tough 2, the reality show, the producers would be like, hey, you got a good look, man. You should be an actor. And, oh yeah, I always want to do that. But I don't know what that means, right?
Yeah, I used to say that.
Yeah.
I was always, and I honestly think it was you and Tate that was the inspiration, because I was like, I know you guys, and I did a movie through fighting where I got pulled into a film where I wasn't auditioning for anything, and I was training at Team Quest, Dan Henderson's gym, and Ryan Parsons is their main coach, and he was good friends with Kevin James. And Kevin James called him and said, hey, man, this is a weird question, but you don't by chance have a guy there that can fight who can skateboard, do you?
Well,
and Ryan goes, I have a pro skateboarder that works out of my gym. And he's like, well, let me see a photo of him. And then Ryan sent him a photo. He's like, he's in the film. So I didn't do an audition. I didn't do anything. I was just on a plane to Boston and was in a film with no idea that they were going to use me to talk. I thought that I was going to punch somebody, and they go, "Did you bring your skateboard?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's weird. Why?" And they go, "Because you're skateboarding." And then there were 3 other guys that were my friends that are skateboarders and BMX guys, where I go, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And they were like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And then next thing you know, I'm in a fight scene with Kevin James, and where he was like, "Can I, if I, act like I'm going to hit you?" I was like, "Dude, you could just hit me." And he was like, "Really?" I'm like, it's like, if you miss, you'll be all right. Don't worry about it. Let it go. And we like choreographed a fight scene, and that's when he was like, "Oh, you're going to be really excited about that." And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "You'll see." And then I realized that it was because if you're acting and you do your own stunts, you get a big check.
Yeah.
And that's what he meant. It took me 3 months for me to understand what that meant, but later on down the road, I got a check, and I was like, "Oh, that's what he meant."
Did you spit out some words?
Yeah, a couple things.
Yeah.
Most of it was in deleted scenes. Not a great actor, Keith.
Actually, I've thought about that, man. All you got to do is just be yourself, man.
I think the difference is they were like, "Hey, here's your script," and I was like, "Wait, right now?" And they were like, "Yeah, right now, you're up." And I'm like, "Wait, I would like to have known that beforehand." And I got nervous because I did another thing with Bam Margera. He had a movie called Haggard, and I was in that where they kind of let me riff and I was just supposed to be a crazy guy in a record store, and that I did well. So I think it's more like being ready for it. I also noticed from comedy and all these other things, if you're nervous, you're not as good. You got to believe in yourself a little bit.
That's what acting did for me, for sure, man.
So in your first film, were you nervous?
Oh, fuck yeah, man. More than that, the auditions, to go through the auditioning process.
Yeah, that's the painful part.
And seeing fighting, and this, you can cover it up because you're in the locker room, shitting your pants, no matter who you are, like you're nervous as fuck.
You got to have a poker face.
And yeah, exactly. And then you get out there, and then you're still nervous until you get punched, right?
Yeah.
And then you can turn it around, right? You get knocked down, you turn around, you walk in an audition, man, and those motherfuckers, like, they're staring at you looking for any sense of weakness. And,
they are, huh?
Oh yeah, because they got to promote you. Oh, we got this guy that just auditioned here. Look at it, to the director, and if they take you up and then you suck, then it looks bad on them.
Right.
And so,
how long did it take you to learn that particular?
That took a lot, man. It took a lot. It took a lot of studying. I studied, I practiced, and all that. And then
when you say study, explain to me studying to audition.
I went to classes.
Acting classes, audition classes.
All both.
Because that's 2 different things.
Yeah, auditioning's way different.
What is the difference?
Well, you got to pretend you're in a whole world in this stupid room with like 2 people looking at you in a stupid camera, and you got to pretend that you're like in a bar and this thing's all happening. And you got to make it real. You got to turn it into something. You got to act for this little camera in this one little space. It's not going to follow you around,
Yeah.
And then it's like no direction. You just got to turn it into something and create a character out of it. Until I started having fun with it, and I started, like everything else, like I wish I had this learning some fighting. Like, I'm just gonna go make a fucking fool of myself, and I'm just gonna be stupid and drop the mic, say fuck you, and walk out of the room. And once I started doing that, then I started getting stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how long did you go through auditions and go, maybe I'm in the wrong game, before it started to turn around?
Man, I spent all my money from fighting on flying to LA, doing an in-person audition. Maybe you got to get a room, and so you get in the LAX. You're trying to get to that rental car, and you're on the bus. You got to make the fucking thing, and then now you're on the road in the traffic trying to remember your lines, and you walk in a room, and then you see people you recognize, and oh shit, oh Keith, you're up next. Now you got to go up and perform and do your thing, and sometimes you would do good, and sometimes you'd bomb. Sometimes I bombed really bad. Like, where they're like, I remember one time they're like, because the casting director really wanted me to get in for this part, and I didn't do a good job. And as I was doing it, you're doing a bad job, and I'm doing the audition, and I'm like, in my time, it's all right, man, we'll get a second shot at it, right? And then we get to the end, and then okay, the casting director goes, right, would you like to do another one?
Oh,
Nope.
they said no.
Yeah. So the whole trip probably cost me like what, $1,000, right?
Yeah.
More maybe. And so that happened all the time. A lot of big failures, a lot of wins though. Then I got a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, and I did that on the same day. They called me. My manager called me. Paul Thomas Anderson. He's like the guy, the director's director, and
Yeah.
done There Will Be Blood and things like that.
Okay.
Boogie Nights and I was in the gym and I was working out, and my manager, hey, can you be in LA by 3? They're having trouble casting this role. Can you come and read? And look at
Are you in Albuquerque?
Yeah, look at
yeah.
the phone. Yeah, there's a plane. I can get there just on time. And
Yeah.
so I walked in, no words or nothing, because they're real private about that. They hand me some words when I get in there, and I'm fucking dyslexic too, so I can't
Me
read.
too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. That's why I was saying that when they gave me that, I was like, dude, I can't.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to read that in public.
right.
I need to like go over it in my own head and not let you hear what I'm gonna make of this for the first 5 times I go over it, because you're gonna go, wait, can you not read that word? I'm like, I don't want you to know that.
See, and a good actor would be like, they'll just like won't even break character. They'll pick up their lines and like they expect you to have paper in the hand. So I just went to the next room and like, hey, can I just study this for a minute before I do it? And
Okay, and they let you do that.
yeah,
Okay.
And then I got the role, and that was when I first started getting better acting roles and all that.
So when you're saying you're spending your fight money, is this is a long time ago when you were still fighting? Or is it the very end and the money that you'd saved from fighting? This was the end of that money.
That's what I mean.
Oh, dude. So you would be used to that, though. I would assume there was a time there where you were fighting where you were like, I don't have any money, and if I win here, I have a little bit for the next camp, right?
And that's it. And you kept it in the back of your mind. But in today's world, it'd be easy. Like, you'll fight forever. I was a big, like, fuck, with the last fight in the UFC, I got fight of the night. I would have fought forever. But it was.
Wait, what do you mean fight forever? Why is that?
Back when I fought in the UFC, you're either on your way up or on your way out, right? You're either on your way up to be a champion or contender, or you're on your way out. And they don't keep too many people on the roster.
Back then, you're saying?
Yeah.
So you're saying now you can kind of lose and keep your job?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's interesting, because I never made it to your level, but I was friends with people where, like I knew Mayhem fought one fight in the UFC and got cut, and I'm like, he fought GSP. And he didn't like, he made it to the end and you cut him. I'm like, he fought the greatest fighter in MMA and he lost and you cut him.
Yeah.
Brutal. Like now it'd be like you went the distance with GSP, you'd probably get at least one more fight. Now you're saying they'd get a couple.
Yeah. Oh no, they go forever, man. Like, look at if you're interesting, that they're not cutting you.
Right. Yeah. I've always known that, where I'd see guys fight and I'm like, you realize who your boss is? Like, I know it's probably not your style, but if you bite down and go for it and put on a show, even if you lose, there's a good chance he's going to have you back. Yeah. If you win and just lie on somebody, unless you're like from Dagestan, you're gonna they're gonna keep you.
Yep. And if you take those short notice fights, if you're a company guy like Cowboy Cerrone was, right? Yeah, you're in there, man. But I was more nervous of having bad, boring fights than I was of winning.
Well, you never did that.
Yeah.
No, well played, dude. Did Dana like you?
Yeah.
Yeah, always was cool.
Yeah, I was too shy back then though. Like, I would go to Vegas and I run into Dana for something, and he'd be like, "Hey, we're all getting together with the Fertitas. We're going to have dinner or something later, and you want to come by?"
And you'd be like,
"Well, yeah, I got to get back and train."
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I get that though. Yeah. They're intimidating. They're not the same walk as you, dude. Like, that's a weird thing for.
Well,
networking is like, you're a fighter. Fighters don't network; they fight.
That's right.
These days, it seems like you definitely want to have some networking ability. And it seems like if you're really good at networking, you don't have to be that good at fighting. I don't want to say that. People, if you're still in, you're really good.
But back to you were talking about is acting and getting in this businesses. I had to develop more of a personality and more of a self-confidence and more of that than ever I did in fighting.
Yeah.
And it's been great for me, man, because people want to have you around and and work with people.
Yeah, because I've always known you to be, you're a good guy. You're a fun guy. But I think when I first met you, I was surprised that you were a fun, good guy because of the persona, the what you see in the cage. You know, like the first time I met you, I was like, hey, man, like, is it okay to, you know, like to talk about anything but not killing somebody? And you were like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like, relax.
Yeah.
You know, and then fighting me, and I can see that you're like, let's be funny. Let's have a fun fight. And I'm like, oh, you're not even a prick at all. You like entertaining people.
Yeah.
So that you think acting brought that out.
Yeah, for sure. I had to develop more of a personality because, you know, fighting when you're a fighter, like that's your whole personality. Like I'm Keith Jardine, the fighter.
All right.
And now you want to collaborate with people and fuck, now I'm directing people. It's crazy.
So you're acting, you're doing some stuff, you're talking a little more. It seemed like, I remember we were hanging out where you were like, yeah, I mean, you can kill me in a movie, but I'm trying to like talk, you know, be an actor, not just a guy that like gets punched in the face.
Yeah.
So you started doing that. Where did it go where you go, right, I'm acting, I'm doing some talking, I got some stuff that isn't just punching someone in the head, but I want to be the director. I want to write a script. When did that start?
A long story short, I did a really good TV spots, like top of show guest star on TV. That's what you're supposed to be, and it's for network TV, and it was really unfulfilling. Like it's just like you punch the time clock and you don't get no feedback from the director, whatever, you do your thing and you go home and everybody's like a gig player, you know, it's not really a family. It's not really a collaboration. And that's not what I want to do. And then around that same time, I did an independent movie where everybody's working together to build this thing and make this dream happen. And it's like a teamwork and collaboration and all. That's what I want to do. So how do I do that? Well, maybe I should start writing. And I'm a horrible writer. I could barely write an email back then. But I know movies and I have a vision. So I just started writing and I finished with my first screenplay. It wasn't very good. And then back you said why is because of that collaboration. And also I wanted to create better characters for myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
What gave you the idea that you knew you could write a better character for yourself?
Whatever, man. Just trying to look at my future self and where the world is. And thank God I started that, man. I don't know, man.
How long have you been writing scripts?
I think I started in about the time we started hanging out. Because I remember I was always talking about this. Let's make a movie. Let's come up with an idea. I have ideas, and I think, you know, now I remember I used to like try and find people. Like I have some ideas and try. Why don't you write a screenplay? And like you're a writer. Why don't you do this? And I was just trying to get other people to do it, right? And then finally I was like, maybe I should just do it.
It's funny how that.
Yeah.
You want something done.
Yeah.
You know how that goes.
But then my second screenplay, I got A-list stars attached to it before COVID. And because of that, I didn't know how to package then.
What is package?
Where you bring your actors and bring money together. And like if you got like a superstar in your movie, now you can package around them, bring other stars. And now you can figure out what you'll sell foreign and domestic. And you can say, okay, this is an $8 million movie based on who you have.
Yeah.
But what I wrote a really expensive Western. One of the actors said it was as if Peckinpah did Bush and Sundance, and he's an actor's actor, so it really meant a lot to me. He didn't know I was listening to that call. But because of that script, and that whole, I got my other scripts read because of that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wait, did that one become a movie?
No, I still have it, and I'm still waiting because it's a pretty expensive Western.
Oh, wow.
And then I got an MMA type script that somebody, a studio said they wanted to do it, but I wasn't going to be the director. I wasn't going to be the director. I mean, so that's why I did Kill Me Again. So now I'm circling back on that one. And then I got another one I just wrote that I'm in LA right now. I'm shopping that one.
Man, having a fighter write a fight movie.
Whoa. I want you to,
is, because that's like for, if skateboarding, anytime anyone does a movie about stuff that I don't know how to say it nicely. If you're not in this game, you cheese it.
Yeah.
And it's not, as a guy that's lived that life, I'm like, that's not real. That's not really how it goes, dude. Why you got to add the cheese factor? Like, and and every time I see the cheese factor, I go, yeah, because some fucking Hollywood guy got in here and was like, you know, it'd be really cool. And I'm like,
Yeah,
you know what? That wouldn't be really what it is.
Yeah.
Like, don't add that bit. If you're the guy, you'd be like, yeah, no one's ever said that, dude. No one would ever do that.
100%.
This is like,
And it's not really a fight movie. It's just in the fight world, and it's more of a. One of my mentors told me it was more like The Taxi Driver than an MMA. script.
yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, right. And
That's really sick.
I love to talk to you about it. You'll love it. Like a lot of people can relate. Coming home from war or whatever. Like a lot of people can relate to what this is.
Right.
Yeah, it's more like an after fight.
Yeah, because you got a lot of friends,
Yeah.
ex-military. I've got a lot of friends too, where it's a funny thing where the trauma that I've had in my life, the people that understand it the most are military people,
It's
where they can look me in the eye and go, "Yeah, man, I get it," and I go, "You do.
Yeah.
You're not bullshitting me."
It's that
you know?
It's that head trauma that they get too. And
Yeah, and their friends passing away.
yeah.
You know, when you get a bunch of people in a row, it's this thing where it stacks on. You lose one, and then all the other ones come flashing back, and you think, you know, why is this happening? You know, like it's like I think it's human nature to, you lose a friend, you lose another friend. They all, when that one dies, all the other ones that passed away, they all come back like it happened the same day, and you're like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, where's everybody? You know, like, am I next? Like, you get that. It piles up where you're like, did I have to, is it my fault? You know, like you start blaming yourself. Like there's all the guilt with the trauma. And those guys, my best friend that passed away recently, I was talking to somebody about it that was in the military. It was like, I had to go to this funeral, I had to go to that funeral. It's like, I get it, dude. It's like, it piles up. And I was like, just having somebody there that said something where I go, yeah, you've been there worse. It made it. It meant something when he was talking to me about it. It helped a lot.
Yeah.
It also made me realize those guys, another level.
You know, another thing too is similar with me and you and them is, and that's what the script is about too. Is you dedicate your life to this thing, and how long are you in it, right? And then now you're like, you're in your late 30s, and you dedicate your life to this thing. You don't got any money. And I don't have any skills.
Yeah.
What am I going to go back to college?
Yeah, right.
Like, what am I going to do, you know? And,
Yeah.
and it's weird in the MMA world, in your world too, is like people recognize you. You're like, walk through the mall or whatever. I don't go to the mall, but people are like, hey, Keith Jardine, hey, get a picture and all that.
Yeah.
But you ain't got no money.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be like, man, if that many people recognize me in a day, you'd think there'd be like some money involved in that. and then you go, no, there isn't.
Yeah.
You gotta like go do something else.
Yeah. So then you got to reinvent yourself. And I've reinvented myself so many times, man. I've trying to be an actor, and stunts saved my life on that. Like you were talking about my career, like when I was spending my money on auditions, I started getting stunt jobs back then, which a lot of people don't realize stunt jobs. Like if you're on an action movie, like I was in John Wick, like 80% of all the people that you think are actors are stuntmen.
Yeah.
And say a couple words and take a hit, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So that saved my life really. And then,
Is it hard to get in that? Because I feel like they're kind of a crew that
yeah,
they don't just let anybody, hey, I want to be a stuntman. It sounds good, dude. Like you're next. Like that doesn't work like that, right?
it's really hard, man, because it's different than any part of Hollywood, because a stunt coordinator, like you don't have to, I don't know, you don't got to suck a lot of dick to get to the thing. A stunt coordinator, like, oh, I like that guy, he's my man, I'm gonna bring him in, and like it's kind of you're not going through the regular production that way.
Right.
So it's a stunt coordinator. So you find a couple stunt coordinators that really like you and like to hang out with you and trust you to not make them look bad.
Right.
And,
they know you can do the job.
Exactly.
Right.
And so then you're making a living, and they're flying you into different places and all that, and that's where. Yeah.
Is that fun?
Oh, it's so fun. Especially at the beginning. I haven't done stunts in over a year, but
By choice or
yeah, well, like,
busy making movies, dude?
and I've been really lucky, man. I did. I got a really good movie coming up with Jason Segel and Juliette Lewis and Timothy Olyphant.
Wait, Jason Segel?
Yeah.
Who's Jason Segel?
He's a
Is that really his name?
yeah. I might pronounce his last name right.
It's Siegel.
Jason Segel. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Seagal. Yeah, bro.
Because I'm like, dude, Jason Statham and
Yeah.
that guy. Oh yeah.
Beautiful, wonderful actor. Beautiful man.
Yeah, he's a fun guy too.
Anyway, I got a movie coming out with them. I just did a season 2 of Terminal List. I was in Morocco for a couple months.
Morocco.
Yeah, it's great, dude.
Sick.
Yeah. So I'm talking about that's some fun, right? Like I got to go. Like I know Morocco, man. I spent a couple months in Casablanca and Tangier, and I wasn't working every day. And when I wasn't working, I was hanging out in the town, checking out the markets. I took a ferry to Spain, and like it was
Shit.
Yeah, this is the life, dude. I'm loving it.
And when you do stunts, is it less pressure?
Stunts is a lot of more pressure. Actually, acting, you just got to spit out some words, right? And if you study and you do it, and you got that confidence that we're talking about,
Yeah.
you just got to spit out words. And then like, with stunts, man, you got to do some. They bring you in. Say they're gonna fly me to Morocco to do stunts, and they got this complex stunts with explosions going all around, like car gags, and every take is many $1,000s, right? Could be 100,000, whatever.
You can't mess it up.
You can't mess it up, man,
Right.
for doing your one thing, looking a certain way or missing your mark or all that.
All right.
So there's a lot of pressure, more pressure and stuff. But then, but you're saying, do I love stunts? And the fun in it is it still like there's that sense of first of all, there's a camaraderie we got from sports.
Yeah.
When you're doing a dangerous stunts, everybody's like, all the other stuntmen are like watching you and there to help you and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And like when you do it good, it's the high fives all around and all that. And there's that feeling that I'm fucking good, man.
Yeah, you're making a trick right there.
Yeah. So there's that. And acting is harder in the sense that it's allowing yourself to be vulnerable and just finding these different things, being these different characters, and trying to do something special there. And that's more challenging to me than the simple stunts that I do. So that's what really lifts me now.
It's never been more intriguing to me. Yeah. I was always a guy where I was like, I just want somebody to throw me through a window, like punch me. Like that just sounds like fun. You're hanging out, you do stunts, and I'm like movie talking. I'm like, express being somebody else, like really committing to it and leaving yourself. That makes me anxious. I don't feel like I would be interested in that. And then it's kind of like doing stand-up comedy, you know, where at first I was like, I'm a funny guy on the radio. What's the difference? And then when I started, I was like, oh shit, it's a big difference. Like
if you can do that, you can fucking act, man, for sure.
Well, that's the thing I've noticed from the more I do it now. I have because in the radio, people are like, oh, that's just like a persona. And I'm like, no, it's not, dude. Like when I'm on the radio, do I turn me up a little bit?
Yeah.
Sure. But I'm being me most of the time. Yeah. When I'm doing the stand-up stuff, sometimes I'm like, I've said this thing before, but don't say it like you've said this before. Yeah. Say it like it's the first time you've ever said it and connect with people in the audience. And I'll feel that I'm doing that. And I'm like, oh, this is a different you. You're doing something that you did not know you were going to get into. And it makes me, when I watch movies now, I go, oh, wow, there's like I get it now. I get where you're like, I'm that.
That's it.
And I'm completely committed to it. And it made me kind of appreciate it more. Where I don't think, even like stand-up, when I watch people do stand-up, not so much watching specials in person where I'll see, you know, some of the greats and I'll go, man, it's not even what he said. It's his fucking face. It's some of the greats. Some of the greats they'll get people to laugh and they haven't fucking said anything. I'm like, read what he said on a piece of paper to the crowd and see if you can get him to laugh on that. You won't. It's the way, it's his face, it's the confidence that he has when he walks out. It's all this other stuff that when I first started, I was like, I don't get it, you know? And now I'm always, that's the thing that I catch the most with comics now, where I go, oh, that's sick. And it's not, what, that joke he wrote? I'm like, no, it's got nothing to do with what he said. It's it's his eye contact, it's the timing. Like all this shit where I'm like, this guy has been in it, dude. Like, he's got it down.
Tate and I were at the mothership where actually around at Red Band's place around the corner there. Watching this guy perform, and it's great being with Tate because he's been there from the beginning with Joe Rogan and all that. And he's watched all these guys work it out and all that. And the guy told, I can't remember the joke. He told a really funny joke. It was a genius joke, but it didn't hit. It was just because his delivery was all off.
Yeah,
it's really.
I mean, dude, there's like I have got because that was the one thing for me where I'm funny off the cuff. I can be energizingly funny. I can get it going. But writing jokes from start to finish, that was a thing that I was not. I feel like it's similar to you when you're writing scripts. Yeah. Like, what is your background in script writing?
Yeah.
0. And it's like, what is my background in writing a joke? 0. And and then I'd start watching like Mark Maron's and these guys say something. I'd go, oh, I will never be able to do that. Like, that's insane. And now I'm like, oh, I fucking got you, dude. I figured it out. There's ingredients to every joke. There's a format for all of them. I mean, I guess to me is what I'm thinking about. I think comes from skateboarding. It's like, there's another format out there that no one's figured out yet. Yeah. And I'm going to figure that out. And then it's going to change the whole face of it. Because that's like, you can't just, I don't want to repeat. I don't want to be with somebody else's.
Yeah, it's got balls, man. Like, I watch you and like when you start flying is when to me is when you interact with the audience. But just to me, the balls of that is like, what if this interaction doesn't go well? Like, I'm sure I could see a lot of you working out where it doesn't.
I mean, dude, fighting is the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's just faster.
Yeah.
And consequences are way bigger.
Yeah.
But when you love it that much, my consequences are just as big. Getting hurt and bombing.
Bigger.
They mean more to me. Like, whatever I love is the craziest thing to me now is when I feel like something's going wrong, I want to see how much further I can go wrong before I put it back. And I'll hear my brain go, I hear my brain go, dig deeper. And I'm like, don't dig deeper. You're in shit right now. And I'm like, yeah, but how much worse can you make it before you get out of it? And sometimes I'll pause when people pause and go, ooh, nobody likes that, huh? Well, then what about if I said this? And I'm like, this is worse. It's going to make people even more angry. And I'm like, now dig out of that.
Yeah.
But you got to embrace the bomb.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
I like bombing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't,
Right.
It used to scar me.
The biggest people, what was that? They say people's biggest fears and like ahead of death is public speaking.
Yeah. I never got that one.
I get it.
Yeah, which is crazy because you're a fucking actor.
Thanks, man. It's different now.
That's
man.
like so much.
I used to go to fight. They pay you some money to go show up to some stupid fight in some town somewhere. It'd be like,
I love these stories. Your stories of fight world before is so much more scary.
but I would be like, okay, I'll come. I'll sign. I'll grab picture, whatever. But don't bring me in the ring and make me say any words.
Wait, you would say that?
Yeah.
Because you hated it that much?
Uh-huh.
Did you really hate it that much? Or like, was it because it's not a fighter's thing to do? Or were you like, I'm actually anxious of talking in front of people?
I'm actually terrified of it. I remember I was a football coach once, and I had this big old speech.
You were?
Yeah, at the college. And
Oh, shit.
And I was a D-line coach, co-defense coordinator at the end. But my first year, I was like, oh, I'm going to have this big old speech. First day of the defense line. I said, like, in my mind, it was like a 5-minute speech. I think I said like 8 words and like, all right, let's go push the sled. Yeah.
See, that's even more of an accomplishment when it's that much scarier, and then you do the thing that, I mean, dude, if you're scared of talking and you're in a movie,
the movie is written for you.
yeah, but it's still and go, and everybody's watching, and the camera's on, and there's money, there's pressure, there's huge amounts of pressure, there's professionals everywhere. You got to do what they think you can do.
If you want to, like, it's one thing, you want it so bad, you really want to do this fucking thing.
Yeah, that's the
it's
answer
worth
to everything. Isn't
It's
it?
worth that suffering, right? Yeah.
That's how, like. Oh,
But
great.
well, you said with comedy, like, it's really, really similar to acting, though, as far as engaging with the audience, because if me and you are in a scene, and I'm thinking about my words or whatever, it's shit. So, but actually, if I'm listening to you, connecting and listening to you, and
Wow, that's the thing that I notice from acting now,
Yeah.
where I never used to. It's the other person
Yep.
where I go, oh, that's great acting. Usually I'm like, you had a cool line, somebody had a cool one-liner, and I go, that's awesome. Now I'm looking at the other person that doesn't have a line. I'm like, that's when I can tell you're not a good actor.
Yeah.
When you look like, I can tell you know you're in a movie.
Yeah.
You're not thinking you're the person that they hired you to be in the movie.
Yep. Yeah. That's what Joaquin Phoenix always says. It's like, oh, it feels like he knows it's wrong when it feels like he's in a movie. The Paul Thomas Anderson movie I did with him, and there's another good example. He was such an amazing actor. I couldn't be a bad actor. Like, if I'm just listening, like I can't be. Like, he makes, and that's what I do in my movies too. Is like, if I have like a newer actor, whatever, I put him with a really great actor, and
Because they'll kind of help carry him.
Yeah.
Do you think it also gives that other actor confidence when they see the pro, or they try to rise to the occasion?
Yeah, I hope so. That's one thing. If you watch Kill Me Again too, like I won't have I'm terrified. I won't have bad acting. Like I'll do a series and minutia to get something down to get you to say this one word the way that okay, now it's work. We can move it on.
Wait, what did you just say right then? Sorry.
Sorry.
Series of minutia. What are you talking about?
I just don't want. I don't want anybody to lose their.
Hey everybody, Jason Ellis here. Tempo. It's food. Do you guys eat? Cool. What a small world. Because I'm here to talk about food that already comes prepped, and like you just put it in the microwave. And Bub's your uncle. You can eat it. It's very easy to eat. If you have a fork, that would probably help. I mean, really, you could microwave it and then just pour it into your mouth. Maybe a funnel or something like that. I mean, you could use your hands. I mean, really, you know, I mean, it's like bobbing for apples, really. I mean, a fork is optimal, but, you know, back in the day, did they have forks, you know? You used to have to, like, go out there and hit things with a rock. For a limited time, Tempo is offering my listeners 60% off your first box. Love a good box. Go to tempomeals.com/Ellis. That's tempomeals.com/Ellis for 60% off your first box. tempomeals.com/Ellis. Rules and restrictions may apply. Hey everybody, Jason Ellis for Jason Ellis 2.0. Hims, their thing that take care of your wiener and your hair and weight loss. Are you chubby? Is your dick not work? Is your hair starting to march back and you worry like hell? Use my code thing to, you know, fight the lack of blood in your wiener, and you know you can not wear like a wig or a toupee because chicks see through that, by the way. So it's simple: online access, personalized, affordable care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more. I mean, what else is there in life? Visit hims.com/Ellis. That's hims.com/Ellis for your free online visit. hims.com/Ellis. Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products include compound drug product, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescriptions required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
When you watch a movie, you go into a trance and you're in this world, and that's what's beautiful about it. You go in a movie, you're in this trance, you lose yourself, and you walk out and you see the world a different place because you escaped reality for 2 hours. I don't want to be like where you can totally tell like that's really bad acting, and how I see bad acting in a movie, like I'm lost throughout the whole movie now.
Right.
It just takes me out.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm judging this person acting for the rest. You know what I mean? So, anyways. That's what is really important to me.
So how do you do that with somebody?
Well, everybody's different, and like for me too, I'm different too. Like every actor is different, and that's what's fun about it, man. Is you got to figure out, because it's in a collaboration. Me and you are. I'm the director, and you're in a movie. You want to do a fucking great job. You want to kill it, and I want you to do a great job. So we're working together, and like, how do we say these words that's right for this movie, that makes it a great job, right?
Yeah.
And so some people, there's different tricks that you do, and you learn everybody's different. Like Brendan Farrell, who's in my movie, who's an amazing actor. He he never had a bad take, but sometimes, okay, we want this tone, or we want this tone, or now you're experiencing this, you know what I mean? Now you're about to go crazy. Now you're cocky, you know, things like that. But some actors, like, you know, just can't get it. And one of my tricks would be like, I would go like, I don't know if I want to give this away. Well, it's too late now. One of my tricks is, we're just not getting it. We're just not getting it. I'll be like, all right, cool. We got that one. That was beautiful. All right. Okay, so why don't we just do another one for fun and just throw it away? We already got one, so you don't have to worry about it, right?
It's like we were talking before the show started about podcasting, man. Yeah. Like you're shooting the shit, and then they go, "Okay, podcast started." And you're like, "Okay, let's get serious." And I'm like, "No, shoot the shit."
Yeah, right. I did a podcast the other day. We're talking about that, and like we're having great conversations. Even during the podcast, we're having great conversations. And the guy, oh. My next question is this.
Dude, don't ever say my next question and look at a piece of paper.
Yeah.
It's like the person that you just asked that question is like, are you fucking serious? That's only happened to me one time where I thought it was good, where it was this dude from Jackass, Poopies, not the sharpest tool in the shed. And I didn't know that he was that dumb. And he was like, hey, man, I want you to be on my podcast. And I was like, yeah, man, sure, no problem. He's a funny guy, you know. He's the guy that jumped over the shark and got bit.
Yeah.
Crazy motherfucker. And he's looking at his phone to ask the questions. And I'm like, is this, because it's Jackass guy. And I'm like, is this a setup? Like, is this guy making me look and see that he's reading the questions? Because I'm going to be like, are you reading the questions, dude, for your own podcast that you're asking me?
Yeah.
They're not riveting questions either. And I'm like, this guy can't be for real. And then he goes, stay calm. No, my next question is, wait, stay calm. You got this. Just relax. And I go, wait, did the guy that wrote the questions write that in there for you to read to yourself? And he was like, oh, shit, yeah. And I'm like, holy shit, you're really that dumb. And Johnny Knoxville,
he Joe Biden'd it.
He texts me like when it came out, and he goes, dude, I just want you to know that one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life is watching your face realize how dumb Poopies is real time. And I was like, dude, that shit scared me. And he's like, oh, I know. I saw it on your face. You were like, do I punch the guy? Like, do I walk out? And I was like, no, man. I was just like, oh, wow, this guy really is.
Do I just need to take over this podcast?
You know, I think in the end, that was where I was like, right, we're just going to.
Yeah.
Don't read from there anymore. Let's go. Let me ask about your life, because what the fuck? Why would you want to do a podcast, dude? And I don't think he had an answer.
Yeah.
I don't think he did that for very long, actually.
Yeah. Hey, actually, I want to ask you, man. You were talking about fear and all that. Like, it's probably a long time ago, in some date, whatever. But I saw you on Kill Tony. Your last time on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
That was fucking good, brother.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Coming from you means a lot more. Trust me.
Thanks, man.
That's fucking cool.
Tony said it too, man. But how nervous were you going out to that?
You know what's crazy is the first time I was there, I thought I was going to be on the panel because Tony Hawk was on the panel like a week before. And then my manager goes, Tony's asking if you have a minute. And I'm like, a minute of what? And he's like, and she's like, material. And I'm like, no, I don't have a 1 minute joke for fucking Kill Tony. And he's like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not going to write one in the next 5 minutes that's going to be on Kill Tony. Like, I'm not going to risk it. And then Tony goes, we'll just interview you for a second. And they gave me an interview, and it went well because it was like the Adam was being Dr. Phil, and he made a joke, and everybody laughed. But I was really nervous to even be up on the stage for that one. But as you know, if you want something in your life, you don't fucking sit around and wait for it to fall in your lap.
Yeah.
So there was years that had passed, and I'd been doing real work. And I'm sober, man. Like, I don't go to the comedy club to high-five people and smoke weed in the alleyway. I fucking do shit, and then I come home and I write down what I could do better. How can I make it work better? I'm on the road doing stuff. So I put in real work, and when he was like, hey, man, do you want to do a minute? I go, yeah, I'm ready. And I shortened one of my bits that is usually like a 15-minute joke into a 1 minute joke. And I timed it, and I practiced it, and I walked around while I was timing my phone. And
how much time do you have to do this?
1 minute.
No. One.
Oh, I had a week.
Okay.
So for a week,
yeah.
I crunched that joke into a 1 minute joke, and I had a beeper on my phone, so I would hit the timer and tell the joke in my head, and try to like also imagine the beats for the crowd, and the beeper would go off, and I kept like I'd take this out, add this, and I was like I got it down, and then the day of I was like I'm not even saying the joke in my head anymore. I've got it down, and that was the most surprising part was in the back behind the curtain before they call my name.
Oof.
I was like, I'm ready. And I went, are you not nervous? I said that to myself.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm ready.
Yeah.
And I came out and I was like, you can not like me if you don't like me, that's fair. But it's only because you're stupid. I'm fucking good. And I'm ready to go. And I went out there and fucking I actually, it was a weird thing where I was like, I wasn't nervous. I did good. People seemed to like me. I also, my manager was like, holy shit, you just fucking killed Unkill Tony. And I was like, no, that's cool. And she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing's wrong. And she's like, well, why aren't you freaking out? And I'm like, because I knew I was going to do that. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, this ain't the accident. I fucking put in the work. I think I've still got a long way to go. I don't think like that's like, and from here on out, it's just like smooth sailing. Like, not even close. That's like a cool little moment. And now let's get back to the drawing board. How do you make it better?
That's great, man. These old comedians they're kind of like, I kind of think they're like fighters too. Like as far as like, oh, he's not really earning it. He's not really doing.
Oh, that's big time in their game, and more so because of me. I actually told her. Do you know who Bobby Lee is? He's a big time comedian in higher level comedy store legend, and he was saying. He's like, yeah, you're not getting up at the store that much. I'm like, yeah, they don't let me go up. And he's like, you know why, right? And I was like, no, I'd love to hear why. And he's like, because you come from another background, dude. It's going to take longer for you. They want you to prove yourself. Like, are you here for the right reasons? Yeah. And he's like, I know you are. I know you're a real comedian. But some of these guys probably still doubt you. So it's going to take longer before they accept you. And I was like, I'm okay with it, dude. I've been good at stuff before. I've also been cocky about stuff before, and I've learned and paid the price. I'm not here to be famous. I'm here to be good. That's all I want from comedy, is to be very good at comedy. Whatever comes from that, money, fortune, great. But if it's not that, I don't give a shit about that, dude. I just want to be really good at it. I want to be able to go on stage and fucking kill and have complete control. That's what I'm addicted to. It's different. Skateboarding, when it's done, it's over for me now. What was the greatest thing I had from skateboarding? Fucking skateboarding. Yeah. You know, like when the best I've ever done in a fight, I don't care if anybody saw it. Like, I care, like, there's people that I know that I've respected that have beat me up for, 10 years. And then in the end, I slipped a couple and I fucking smacked them back. And they were like, holy shit, Ellis. And I was like, yeah. And I kept that for the rest of my life.
That's awesome.
Those are the things that mean the most. And when you've been through it, you know that. I don't need to do the, like, somebody thinks you're cool thing. I really don't care about that stuff anymore.
That's why I went and cornered you in that King of the Cage, man, because, like a lot of balls do that, and it's like it's not for stardom. Clearly, King of the Cage or whatever.
Yeah, that was
like it's just because you want, huh?
That was a big jump.
Yeah,
but that was the whole point. People are like, if the King of the Cage guy gave me 4 guys. He gave me a video of 4 guys that couldn't stand up fight, and I was like, these guys can't fight. And he's like, yeah, it'd be a highlight reel knockout. And I was like, you tell those guys that? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, that's fucked up, dude. Like, I'm not looking for a career. I want to be challenged. And my coach was like, the guy you're trying to fight, I think it'd be better if you had one more fight before this guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, then he's the guy. And he was like, why? And I was like, because you don't think I can beat him.
Yeah.
If I beat him, and it worked out better than I could ever have thought, because
this guy had like 60 fights or something.
He beat the shit out of me too. Like, I was like, I'm almost unconscious at one point, and I came back and I got him. Man, the thing you said earlier, you don't know the fight starts until you get hit. That was such a. Even my coach at the start, he was like, "Hey, it's a fight," and I was like, "I know." But
now it's a fight.
He knew by my eyes that I did not know.
Yeah.
And when he hit me a few times, then I realized we were in it.
'Cause the easiest thing in the world to do is really for men is if you're in a bar or something and somebody disrespects you or whatever, it's like, okay, now we're gonna fight. It's not like you don't think about it. You're not nervous, whatever. We're fighting now, right?
Yeah.
But to plan for it and to do all that and to do the ceremony and that's a whole different.
It's
animal.
so much more.
Yeah.
That's why I started Ellis Mania, was to give fans a small dose, because like I get it. When I started fighting, I was like 38 when I had my first pro fight. It was a dumb move, and being in an MMA fight, that's dangerous. But if you're a guy that, like, you know, you work 9 to 5, I'm like, train for 3 months, and I'll give you a guy that's also been trained for 3 months. He's not way above your level. Worst case scenario, you might get caught, and we're going to stop it straight away. We're not letting you go to sleep, dude. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
But the nerves of this guy's on video going, I can't wait to see you on this day. And you're like, oh, that guy seems pretty serious. Oh, yeah, he is very serious. Your whole training, because that's the thing I noticed when I trained for that fight. Also, the gnarliest thing I've ever done in my life was with you running in Albuquerque up that fucking sandhill.
Oh, I forgot.
That I will never forget that. My voice was gone for 2 days. I didn't say anything. It was from the sprinting. Also, you're not in a fight camp, and you ran up the fucking hill twice as fast as me. I was like, you bastard. As soon as we started, the way you're fast, dude. And I was like, oh, I'll keep up with you. That was a terrible decision on my behalf. I should have paced myself.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And you gave me the stones. I still have the stones, dude.
Yeah.
Still have the rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Never gonna.
I got a bunch of rocks at home.
From that run?
No, I just.
Is that a thing you do when you run up to the top of that hill? You get a rock.
Sometimes when you're in camp and you're in the hills or whatever, something in your life, and you look down and, oh, that's interesting. And I collect a rock. So I just got random rocks around the house that meant something to me at one time. I don't remember.
That was the weirdest thing, because I was vomiting or dry reaching after going up it.
Oh, that's great.
And I sat down and I'm dying. You're fine.
Yeah.
And I see a rock in front of me, and I bent over and grabbed it. And when I grabbed it, you tapped me on the shoulder and gave me a rock. And now I had 2 rocks, one in each hand. And I was like, this one's for the left and this one's for
That's
the right.
right. That's right.
And I was like, these are my rocks for my hands. I brought them to the fight. Like, I had them in my bag for the fight.
I miss the fighting. I miss the.
Do you?
I miss the actual, like, especially talking to you, man. I miss the actual fighting, like
In the cage.
to be in like one of those like crazy Bonner Griffin type back and forth kind of fights. Like, I miss that.
Do you miss the training?
None of that.
Okay, because that's the bit that I was like, I don't really.
Yeah, that's like.
I don't like the drowning of the lung.
Yeah.
I like it in the fight. I had nowhere near you, dude. I understand. There's levels. But I have been in fights where I can't breathe anymore. My arms feel like spaghetti, and he doesn't look like he's that tired. And I'm like, oh, you need to find something that makes your body keep moving, because you're going to die. And then it keeps moving. And then you have like this confidence where you're like, I can fight with nothing left. I will always keep going. I'll never stop.
Motherfucker, and that's it, man. And you see what real fighters are, and you can see them. Even people in the UFC aren't real fighters in a way. Like you get to that point, and every fighter, I don't care if you're GSP or what, you're dying on the inside. You're tired. You're dying. It hurts less to get punched in the face than it does to throw a punch.
Right.
But you see, like, people get to a point where, like, here's the way out.
Yeah. Right.
And here's the hard way.
Yeah.
and you got to take the hard way every time, but not everybody does.
I don't want to talk shit on people that find one way or the other, because to me it was never a decision. I don't know that way. I only know I need to win. You will kill me.
Yeah.
And I'm not bragging. It's kind of dumb,
No, yeah.
but I'm just telling you, like, what, because I've been in it where I was like, oh my God, I'm losing for sure. I'm going to lose. And I was like, no, I'm going to get you. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to die figuring it out one way or the other.
That self-talk is so fucking amazing. Like you hit the guy with your fucking, like, bam, you feel it through your gloves. You just nail him. Nothing. Well, it's going to be a long one.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
I had a fight the other day for the Skankfest this comedian
Yeah, I
guy.
watched it, yeah.
He wanted to fight me, and I was like, "You sure, dude?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, I boxed a lot when I was a kid." And I was like, "Look, dude, I'm not trying to shit on you, but I don't really believe you." And he's like, "I've had 5 amateur boxing fights," and I go, "Okay, dude." Like, I'm like, I'm heavier than you. I'm bigger than you. I've definitely had more fights than you. Like, you're probably gonna lose. And he's like, "I'm ready." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And then, we did good. He came at me pretty good, but at one point I let him hit me flush.
Yeah.
And it took everything from him. Like, he clipped me with like a right hook right on the chin, and I went,
Yeah.
and he went, "Oh fuck." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, that's what you're fucking with." It's funny how people don't realize the levels. I've also hit you, and you've done the exact same thing back to me. I was like, "Okay, well, that was fun. Time to go to sleep."
You see in the fight game that there's a point where, like, when you're first getting into it and like you're gonna conquer the world, and you see it in all these different fighters, and like every fight is just like you just got that young arrogance, and that no matter what happens, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna do this, and you're just thinking about the fight, and everything's magic. I remember when I first walked out to the UFC for a pay-per-view fighting Mike Whitehead. I remember looking up to the big screen as I was walking out. Hey, that's me walking out on the big screen going to the fight. Like, it's so cool and magical, right? And but then there's a point where you see where it changes, and people start worrying about what their record is and where they're at. They got to pay the bills, and it just becomes more of not as fun anymore. And you can see it when it happens with people. Like, they just put too much in the strategy. Like, that's what happened to me too. Like, I got really into the game plan where, like, I'm planning these moves and all that. Where it'd be better if I didn't even fucking train, just went out and fought the fucking guy. Right? You know what I mean? Like, they just make too big of a deal about it.
Do you think there's certain people that maybe a game plan works for their kind of strategy? They're a strategist in the first place, and because to me, I feel like you're a natural fighter.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that these other guys are not obviously naturally like pretty good at fighting too, but it always seemed like you were one of those people that you are trained, you are good, but you're also a guy that is good in pressure.
Yeah.
Almost better.
I never really listened to the game plan, honestly.
You didn't?
I was always supposed to take somebody down. I'm way better on the ground than I was on my feet.
Yeah, because you've always had that thing where if you're up against a cage, they're screwed, right?
Yeah.
Don't let him. He's gonna eat a hole in you, dude. You got to push him away.
All right.
Rumble Bean, don't eat Keith Jardine.
Kind of, yeah.
He's the dean of Bean. Rumblebee Bean.
I can tell you another story. When I first fought, my first fight in the UFC, I was fighting Kerry Shaw. I knew I was going to win this fight. Like,
why did you know?
I was heavyweight, and once a guy, like, you're in better shape than him, and you're faster than him. For me, I know that. And actually, it was a horrible fight if you watch it, because I didn't play it safe, but I kind of played it too safe. I didn't, because I knew I was going to beat him with leg kicks eventually. Anyways, but I remember circling around to. This is for real. In the first round, I was circling around to where I thought that the announcers were.
Yeah.
I wonder what Joe Rogan's saying about me.
Wait. You walked over to see if you could hear what they were saying about you?
I tried to circle around to the announcers part of the
You
cage.
cocky son of a bitch, dude. Could you hear it?
No.
Okay.
But I literally stopped and kind of listened.
It's so disrespectful.
But it was also just because it was such a, like, man, I can't believe I'm doing this, man. Right?
What about your first fights?
My first fight.
Because those are the ones that are the scariest ones to me. Because you're from old school.
Okay, Mike Wigglejohn, my coach. He always set me up in bad situations. He put one of my first kickboxing fights. He sent me up with this guy. A kickboxing fight. Go to Denver, fight this guy. Never had a fight kickboxing before, and I remember in the ring, and he's talking about this guy's record, like 29-1, and like 8-time world Shidokan champion. And, fuck.
Wait, you're finding that out in the ring?
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Yeah. So I won that fight, but it was pretty much he would leg kick me. I hit him with a straight right. I couldn't walk for about a month after that.
That's the funny thing about kickboxers fighting guys that can box.
Yeah.
They got that weird don't block well hand.
Yeah.
With the push away
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so he sent me with an MMA fight in Denver too, and actually I knew who this guy was then. A guy named Amir Renovardi, and he was known back then as he fought in Pride before, and he was known as Bass Rutin's protege. They call him Kid Rutin.
Oh shit!
And this was my first fight, and this is a true story. About 3 weeks before that fight, Big Dan Christensen Kimura'd me and separated my shoulder. And so the rest of the weeks I was just running with like my hands in my pocket for training. But like, there's no way you weren't going to fight, right? Because it was like back then fighting, you're fighting because you're a fighter. It wasn't really a sport. It was like a samurai thing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to go fight this guy. That morning I tried to do my first push-up. No, it fell on my face.
You couldn't do a push-up.
Nuh-uh. And then so I went in that ring and I threw a jab and I took him down and took his back and armbarred him, broke his arm, turned it completely the other way and tapped him out. But thank God it finished early, not just because my shoulder was dead, but like you don't know how to prepare for a fight then. There's no amateur, whatever. And I was really like, I was getting into a bar fight.
Yeah.
And I was getting so pumped up and I was like,
You were going to gas.
oh, fuck yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you got lucky, man. And then I learned that lesson, yeah.
So how many fights do you have before you start to realize how to pace yourself? Or do you learn that in training camp before?
Just getting through fights, you just learn that. Pace yourself. I wasn't really great at pacing myself. The best feeling in the world is like what you said, is looking across the ring and seeing a guy's tired. When I fought Forrest Griffin, that was that. In the end of the first round, I beat him in the first round. And it was a really back and forth kickboxing fight. And I was supposed to take him down. That was the game plan. And I remember standing across her. He's a mountain of a man.
Yeah.
You don't think that, but yeah. I'm going to take it. No, I ain't wasting that energy. Anyway.
Big back then, too.
Yeah.
Like, he might have been on something because you see what he looks like now?
Yeah.
He's skinny.
He's skinny. He just had that mountain man kind of strength, and that's a real kind of strength. Anyways, so during the fight, I remember probably 4 minutes in, I remember looking across the ring and like, oh, he's breathing. You got that self.
Yeah.
Oh, he's tired. Am I tired? No, I'm not tired.
Oh, wow.
He's tired.
Yeah.
And then boom, I knew it was good.
Because now you've got that little extra pep in your step.
Yeah.
You're going to get there before him and you know it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's funny when you're gassed,
Yeah.
you think you still got it, but it is just a hair slower, and that's all it takes, right?
But then there's that self-talk. That's what I love about fighting, is that self-talk is like, and you see people melt, like you're in the first round, and like when I fought Mark Hamill, like the first round, or Bader, and you're just grappling, and you're just dead tired and all that, and it's just like, some people you can see like, well, I'm tired now. It's only downhill from here.
Yeah.
Or it's the self-talk, like, all right, you got this, man. You got baby self-talk through, like, we'll find a way. It's gonna be all right.
Yeah, that was the best to me. I don't want a quick one. Yeah. I like because I learned so much about myself, where I was like, I can be tired. I'm a tractor, I knew it. When I was completely gassed, I was like, I don't feel the air anymore. Yeah. I don't feel that I need to breathe in. Yeah. My hands keep coming at your face.
So we're the same that way too. And when I'm looking across the ring, that was one of my mantras in my head too. Would be like, I would look you in the eye and be like, it doesn't always work out this way. But I look you in the eye like I'm going to drag you down to hell, and I'm going to be fine in hell. You know what I mean? Like,
but it goes. Look, why would you look at him in the eye and go, "Oh man, I'm going to die today"? Like you gotta like, if you're gonna go whichever way it goes, you gotta have self-belief. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny, man.
But now I'm making movies where talk about self-belief. That's what made me think about it, is being in the pressure of you raise all this money for this movie, you got investors' money, and you got all these pressures. You got to make the day, you got to make all these scenes, you got to make all these things happen to have a movie. And when I first did the schedule, the guy, I've never seen anybody do this many pages on the day before, but good luck. What? Okay, so now I got to figure out how I got to do this, right? So I'm making up different ways to make this happen. Anyways, so getting out of the car every morning and like, all right, like a panic attack every fucking morning. It's all night shoots, but we call it morning every day before we start shooting. Sitting in the car, watching the whole crew, all these professionals setting up your movie. And now I got to go out and pretend to be the boss and know what I'm talking about.
Fake it till you make it, baby.
Yeah. And then you get to that point where it's like, there's always points in your script when you're a writer that there's bridges between scenes. So you got to work out and all that, how we transition from here to here. And sometimes as a writer, you can be like, okay, we're just going on to the next thing. We'll figure out that later. And then now we're on set. And we never did figure that out.
Yeah.
And now someone asks you a question and like stone silence. Everybody's staring at you. You don't know the answer to it.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, you better come up with something quick.
I would feel like
answer.
this movie, Kill Me Again, is a movie where, and I've never directed or written a goddamn thing in my life, but it is a lot. There is a lot of storyline where things are changing and things that happened before and happen again where you gotta, like when you're thinking about like, oh, I haven't got that bit figured out, like you better figure that out. Otherwise this movie has the potential of not making any sense.
The timing of everything, and that's really hard to get. It's Groundhog's Day from a perspective of a serial killer, and the timing of everything has to match up. Like, wait a minute, if we're here, how come they're over there? Right? We got to figure this out. Yeah.
It seemed like a lot.
Wait a minute, he's not in the scene. He's dead.
I was amazed. I thought it was such a cool concept too.
Thanks, brother.
But where can everybody watch this?
We're on Prime now, and we're at some other ad-supported outlets too. I'm not sure. I should know this, but we're on Amazon Prime right now.
But everybody should see it if you haven't seen it.
And
it's a fun movie, man.
Please hit me up. When you
MGM
see it.
Plus, Fubo TV, and Philo.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You didn't know that, did you, Keith?
No, I did not.
There you go.
You know, I'm just starting this. This is the first one. Like, I've been in Morocco for a few months. We had a theatrical release, and I got the call as I'm in New York doing the premiere in New York, and I get the call like, I knew I was going to Morocco, but I didn't know when. Oh, but you're flying out on Tuesday from Morocco, and I'm there for 2 months, so I didn't get to do any of the promotion. I did all the podcast tour before it.
Yeah,
but it doesn't. It's not really because people don't remember, right? Like people might see this. And, oh, okay, it's playing. I'll go watch it, right?
Yeah.
So now I haven't been promoting it. So now I'm starting that tour again. I'm starting to release my own podcast, Broken Ear Podcast.
When's that come out?
Hopefully next Tuesday. When does this come out?
Not next Monday. The next.
Yeah.
Or is it Wednesday?
I've said
Wednesday the 17th.
Wednesday the 17th.
Or 10th. Sorry, Wednesday the 10th.
Okay.
I've sat down and tried to write jokes before.
You have?
It's fucking.
Wait, you're gonna do stand up?
No, I've.
What do you mean, nah? It sounds like yeah.
Well, everybody dreams of that, right?
Do they?
That's the epitome of all entertainment, right? And the immediate feedback. There's nothing better, Jason. There is nothing better than being in a fucking movie theater and having people laugh throughout the theater, throughout the movie, at my movie, at the shit that I put together, my words and all that, and laughing and having a time. But you get that immediate feedback as a comedian.
Dude, one time I co-directed a movie for the radio show that was the dumbest movie ever orchestrated. I dare anyone to challenge me to a dumber movie that's ever been released. It's on YouTube. It's terrible. But it's The Woodsman. It's a comedy movie. I'm a murderer in it. I'm a guy with this giant dick and a snake hanging out of his ass, and I kill American tourists in the most aggressive ways ever. Like, I cut a man's arms, legs, and dick off and shit on his face. Like, it is brutal. And our budget was $5,000, so it's really bad. But in the movie, I get, Tony Hawk's in it. He plays an Australian with like a fake mustache on. But I have Benji Madden in it, the rock star, Benji Madden. He's a friend of mine. He was like, yeah, I'll do this little monologue or whatever to this girl in the forest. And I had this idea. It was back when I smoked a lot of weed. If a girl, this is super gross, but if a girl did a pussy fart and we filmed it, and I put it in like a cigarette burn one, you know what I mean? Like a real quick one on the theater. So we had it premiere in a theater in Hollywood.
Wow.
And I'm in the back, and this is a sold out theater of all people that listen to the radio show, but they're all watching the movie, and I'm waiting for this one bit because I think that the greatest thing that I had to contribute to this film was the pussy fart. And it happens, and I watch people go, Did you? And everyone starts laughing, and I was like, this is one of the greatest feelings I've ever had in my life. Like, I was like, this is high level movie humor, Jason. It was, looking back, very stupid, but in the YouTube one, they cut it out.
Oh.
So you can't.
So we can't see this.
You can't
on
relive
YouTube.
I've got it on DVD, so you can watch it, but
Okay.
I don't care. It's
All
stupid.
right.
But that's as close as I can get to what it's like to be you, dude. Where people laughed a lot at this one really stupid thing that I did.
Dude, I went to the theater every fucking night and that I could, and it's funny. People laugh at different parts. Like I have my camera up to see. I want to catch people laughing, right? They didn't laugh this time, but they laughed at this part where they didn't before.
Wow,
Like,
well, that's comedy.
it's just yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where you.
But-
That's the thing about crowds. Certain places, if it's not packed, that's when it's really hard, because if somebody laughs at something you said that is sick, and another person that they don't know looks over and goes, "Oh, really? You think that's funny?" People are paranoid of that. So,
Yeah.
like, if it's a spaced out crowd, they're less inclined to laugh at stuff because they don't want a person they don't know to think, "Oh, you think that's funny?" I found that to be offensive. Like, it's a thing.
Or oh, you identify with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All those things
Yeah.
where really people, later at night drinking, but then you got to watch out. Drinking people can't even hear what you're saying anymore. It's a fine line. Reading it, seeing certain people in the crowd, breaking people that are being tight. Because sometimes I'll see it and I'm like, if I break that person, it's going to release this whole little section here because everyone's tight because that person's tight. Like, she's frowning upon other people for laughing, and I'm like, what's going on, really? Like, I know I look like a weird guy, but like, really, am I that bad? And if you can break her, then everybody's free.
That's awesome, man. That's so awesome.
But everybody, check out the film. If you don't, you suck. And if you got to do it because you're going to help Keith make more films. And this is like somebody who really cares about films, And these days, I don't want to know shit. I don't want to talk shit, but I don't want to see another comic book movie. Like, make this guy make more films so that we can, branch out and make real movies that people that actually care about what they're doing, so you can enjoy more films. Let's get old school a little bit and have like really good films again.
Thanks, brother. And hey, Jason, yeah, I've been a huge fan of yours, man. Just following you, man. And I'm really proud of you to what you're doing now, because like you've been through so much shit, and everything you did from back in the Tony Hawk's day, everything you do is in front of the fucking camera, man. And talk about being vulnerable, man. It's really fucking amazing, dude.
I appreciate you, dude. Thanks for doing the show.
Thanks, brother.
All right. We'll be back next week, everybody. Hopefully, don't die.